Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the next episode of Myst IV, episode 5. In the chat this morning, we have Spiper. Good morning to you. Happy Easter. It is Easter Sunday today, and, you know, it's great, really nice bank holiday, and I'm also on vacation this week. Not that I'm doing anything particular, I'm just taking a little bit of time off. And so keep an eye out for some bonus streams going on this week. I might be doing some bonus streams kind of in the middle of the day, whilst my daughter's out at play school. Last time out, we finished Haven. Got ourselves a nice little tiny train ride back down to the coast and have worked our way back to Tamana. In the distance, we've seen someone that looks a bit like Achenar. And of course, in the distance across the water there is the bit of jetty that is behind Yisha's bookcase. So we're going to go check that out. We also have the amulet now, which we didn't have before. So the amulet might well have some new memories to be able to show us around Tamana that we didn't have access to before because we only picked up the amulet behind the fireplace. So let's go and have a little wander around and see what we can see. I hope you guys are all having a great week, and if you're watching on YouTube... Oh, hang on. We need to cool the lift down. So someone has definitely come back this way since we've been in here. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, I hope you're having a happy Wednesday. Thank you for watching this playthrough. Certainly remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't already. And it's going to remember our solution to that puzzle. That's handy. The music has changed here. You mean the music has changed since we were in here last, or the music has changed as in since the game was first released to now? Because certainly I agree the music is different from when we were last here. There's something new on the floor over there as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to go check that out. Here in Tamana we have a new track. I see. I gotta remember this kitchen, because we've not used this kitchen at all yet, I don't think. So we shouldn't forget about that kitchen. But for now, I really want to check out behind Yisha's bookcase again. Just kind of want to have a quick look around the room to see if there are any memories that the amulet can unlock. Yes.
Please, can I wear it today, Mommy?
No. Don't you want to keep it nice for the ceremony on Serenia next week? Anya told me you're getting a special necklace to go with it.
Aha. A special cursed necklace to go with it. Hang on, how can that be a memory that the amulet has if she didn't have the amulet yet?
Look, Mom. Look what Ceres made me. It's a water spirit, just like I described to him. Isn't it beautiful?
Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And the little pachinko machine here, that wasn't actually anything, because we go straight to the bookcase if you go this way, I think. Yeah, fine. Now, do we remember our code? It's way back here. There we go. So, Nimue in the chat, good morning to you. How are things with you? Oh, no, didn't mean to press that one. Ah! This amulet works on old memories. I thought the amulet was recording memories. Oh, it's not Yisha's memory. That's why. Wait, so the necklace they're referring to in that memory isn't the amulet itself? Okay. So, let me have a look. What was it that we were doing? So... I really wish I'd written this code down more clearly. So that's there. Then Catherine was here. Was Achenar this one over on the right? And then Cirrus is this one. And Yisha's the little book. There we go. Oh. Oh, is that what we saw from the distance? Was just the... Oh no. No. That wasn't there before. Was it? That definitely wasn't here before. Definitely not. Okay. You call it an amulet instinctively because it's magic. You suspect it's the same item as the necklace. But that's what I don't get, because the memory says that someone is going to give you a necklace to wear. So the necklace wasn't... Or can the amulet record memories that it itself wasn't present for? It just absorbs memories from the person that's wearing it, even if they weren't wearing the amulet at the time. Okay, so we have a book that can take us straight back to Tamana if we need to. So that's fine. Oh, we can hold a bubble! Look! Wait. Yeah, look, we're holding one! That's brilliant. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 gameplay right there. I have a suspicion that this is a massive sequence break, potentially. Well, probably not that severe a sequence break, because the clues to be able to get into the library were sort of there already. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so you can turn the water off on one side or the other, or you can have the water running in both. Fine. So... It's really not clear which of those is actually filling that pool, you know? It is a nice place, this one. Oh, there's Achenar. Come back here, you villain! Ah, which way did he go? I like the tiny little bridge spanning the gap that from the looks of it could easily be stepped across. Yeah, okay, we've got a few different paths here. There's a fire. So has Achenar taken to living wherever this is? Ah, we've got little puffballs as well. Excellent. Now I presume this path is going to take us back sort of the direction we came. Okay, we've got a sluice here. We have a... That is quite a machine. That's like a set of clock gears, right? Those teeth, the ones that are like that, they are like that's a set of rocking gears. That is. So that's to step something. Is it able to be ridden on? Huh. Oh, right. Oh, we've got another one of these mechanisms. Right, okay. So it looks like there's some kind of large environmental code that needs cracking in terms of getting the water to flow where you want it to. But rather than entering it like a code in a keypad, it looks like it's going to be some kind of code. Hello? Huh. Uh-oh, hang on, wait. Was that where we saw Achenar? What? We can't be the other side of the fire already. Right, okay, so this is sort of... Wait, what? How can we have circled back round to the... How can we have circled back round to that wind spirit already? Oh, maybe we didn't see the fire from this direction. No. This is a different spot. This is a different spot, 100%. Okay, so we've got various different kinds of spirits going. And we've got ourselves horrendously turned around now as well. I mean, thankfully, we're kind of going down a hill gradually. It's a very light hill. Yeah, we're not touching any of these for now. But do you know what? This might just about be confusing enough that we might want to... might just be confusing enough that we might want to map this out, you know? Aha, now wait. This we have been to before. We came from this direction. Okay, I think we just got a little bit turned around. But I think it's okay. So we've not been down this way, but I highly suspect this is going to loop us back round to something we've been to as well. Right. Okay, so 2 going straight in that direction. Wait, what? No, now I'm really confused. Oh, because there was 4 paths coming from here. I totally miscounted the paths. So when we came up this way, so this is the way that we chased Achenar. That's the way we went the second time, and this way takes us back to the start. This is the first fork, I think. Right, fine. So let's go down the middle path again. Okay, and we went this way. But yeah, we've been through all of those paths now. We might want to draw that out because that's not the easiest to navigate, and particularly if there's going to be a puzzle involving going and finding those spirits in the correct order. Okay, so we've got the fire spirit again. We haven't seen an earth spirit yet. We seem to be in the middle of a lake. I don't see that, to be fair, but maybe. Let's continue going downwards. Down seems to be a good direction. Okay, hello.
I was starting to worry about you.
Who are you?
In the dream, you always arrived before third bell had rung. Welcome to Serenia. I am Anya, one of 6 now serving as protector here. You may find this hard to believe, but my sisters and I dreamed you would be coming. You're searching for Yisha.
Mm-hmm.
I fear she may be in trouble, but we have not seen her since we gave her the necklace 2 weeks ago. I will gather my sisters to help find her. In the meantime, you should consult the memory chamber. She always knows more about what's going on in this land than we do. Follow the ceremonial alley to her doors and see what insight she has to provide.
Cool. Let's do that. So that'll be the memory chamber then, but let's have a quick scout around here. Aha. What do you reckon? That's actually a map, isn't it?
Wow, it's so beautiful. Hey, is that supposed to be the little boy who died?
He's a lot more than that. He represents this whole area and how everything is interconnected.
By water?
It is the source of all life.
Cool. I mean, if you want a subtle hint, that's a pretty good one. So we'll take a screenshot of that. Save that screenshot for later. But yeah, okay. So that might be... If what they're saying is to be believed literally, that might be the waterways rather than the pathways. Okay, and we've got a whole area over there, but that's fine. We'll go to the memory chamber first. Regarding the necklace, it seems to work on any memories. It doesn't seem to matter who they belong to or whether the necklace was present. Right. So it's a proper time and space kind of deal. It's a real whatever the plot demands of it kind of situation. Okay, so it's 3 spirits. Maybe this isn't the memory chamber. Bonk bonk. Okay, maybe come back here later then. Because yeah, the amulet ain't doing anything. That is a big flower. Yeah, down. Tiny submarine? Wait a minute. That's Cirrus. Is it Cirrus? Oh, you broke the tiny submarine.
This is the most unique funeral I've ever attended.
This is important. I want to see if the ceremony is somehow influencing the transfer.
Okay. So Cirrus and Achenar have both been here. Cirrus can cast spells, apparently. Well, I'm assuming it's more like a Batman kind of smoke bomb kind of deal. Like he's got a little bit of alchemist's fire in his pocket or something. But what do you reckon? There's something important down there he didn't want us to get to. Oh, blimey! Ah! You can't throw jump scares in! Uncool, game. Uncool. Oh, we've got stairs up to the flower. Oh, this is the memory chamber, is it? Probably. Oh, wow. We gotta lie down on that. Do we want to check out the rest of this room first? We literally did just see Cirrus running in this direction. We'll lie down on that in a second. Let's check out this side of the thing. Okay, we know what to expect now. Cirrus looking very sus there. And what's this thing? Oh. Hello. Bonk. Okay, we'll come back here in a minute. Well, later, because it doesn't seem like we can do anything with it at the moment. Alright, let's fever dream it out. Yeah, we'll just have a lie down underneath this giant suspended rock. That is a weird perspective, isn't it? Myst IV puts a little bit more emphasis on the fantasy side of science fantasy. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, when you start doing like multiverse travel, it's a little bit, it can go a little bit all over the place, can't it? I guess this is one of the things we were talking about when we were playing Myst III Exile, is, are the laws of physics the same in every universe? And I think we sort of came to the agreement that they don't have to be, but in general, you're only going to get universes that support life if they're reasonably close. So I think I'm happy for there to be a strong fantasy element in a lot of these, because yeah, I think it works if you're willing to concede the fact that the laws of physics don't have to be the same. It just so happens that you only ever travel between ages that can support life anyway. Alright, let's check out the other path. I'm not sure why the memory isn't working. Oh!
This is terrible. How are we supposed to maintain contact with the ancestors if we can't harvest any globes?
One me.
Forgive me. I've seen your face so often in dream, I forget you're still a stranger here. You've been inside the memory chamber. You've seen the colorful lights crowning her walls. These are the memories of my people, taken from their bodies after their spirits moved on. In Serenia, the memory chamber stores our memories, so that future generations can still visit us and dream. Empty globes for storing our memories are formed underwater, and we gather them using the harvester. So if I'm unable to fix it, I must see how bad the damage is.
Like,
I was supposed to tell you, a few of my sisters have gathered in the Hall of Spirits to dream. If you go there after they've awakened, you might be able to learn more about what happened to Yisha.
huh.
Good luck.
Right, okay. So, back to the Hall of Spirits? But that's not the Hall of Spirits, that's just a giant flower? I mean, to be fair, this doesn't look like that broken.
In Serenia, the memory chamber stores our memories, so that future generations
Handy.
can still visit us and dream. Empty globes for storing our memories are formed underwater, and we gather them using the harvester. So if I'm unable to fix it, I must see how bad the damage is. Oh, I was supposed to tell you, a few of my sisters have gathered in the Hall of Spirits to dream. If you go there after they've awakened, you might be able to learn more about what happened to Yisha.
Okay. Hall of Spirits. let's continue this direction. Very nice looking water, isn't it? It's like the blogger pics you see from Mauritius and places like that. Okay, continue to the left.
You mean you have to signal somebody every time you want to go home? Why don't you just sleep here?
Because we have families too, you know. And the ones who are still alive sleep in the village.
Okay. So the village is over there. This is just where the temple is, I guess. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't even really look like that tough a commute, TBH, so... But then again, I'll give Yisha the benefit of the doubt. She is like 10 years old. Achenar!
Wait, please. Listen to me. Okay. It doesn't look good. I admit it, but it's not what you think. I'm just taking it for a little while. Borrowing it, so to speak. It's the plan. Sirius's plan. He's got Yisha. I just want to stop him. He's a nutcase. He's here. And don't let Father come here, or you'll screw up everything.
Don't worry, Atreus is off doing his own thing.
Journal.
Find my journal.
20 years ago. Sirius doesn't even know that I kept one. I hid it in a stone pillar in the forest near where two rivers are crossing. It'll explain everything.
He said the line.
Sirius is mad. He's gonna kill Father. And I've got to stop him.
Oh, I thought he was just going to disappear behind the rock, but he kind of kept going. Okay. So, find my journal. It's all explained. When he says he left it in the forest, stone pillar in the forest, does he mean on Serenia, or does he mean... Does he mean on Serenia, or does he mean back on Haven?
Wait, please. Listen to me.
Oh, okay, we can re-listen to the conversation. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we can't actually quit out of it. Right.
I admit it, but it's not what you think. I'm just
Let's
taking
pay
it for a
super
little
attention.
while. Borrowing it, so to speak.
Okay. So those styrofoam rocks are important.
Sirius's plan. He's got Yisha. I just want to stop him. He's a nutcase. He's here. And don't let Father come here, or you'll screw up everything. Find my journal. The one from 20 years ago. Sirius doesn't even know that I kept one. I hid it in a stone pillar in the forest near where two rivers are crossing. It'll explain everything. Sirius is mad. He's gonna kill Father. And I've got to stop him.
Okay. He means a stone forest in the distance. Probably should have mentioned it. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, that would also make sense because what's on Haven is a lot more like a jungle than it is a forest. So that... It's doing something, that. I can hear it. Haven's more of a jungle than a forest, but also there ain't no rivers in Haven, so... I can hear something, but it's very quiet, whatever it is. Oh, hey, we got one of these! Oh great, we're going to be able to have a reminder of how these work. No. What is it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, hang on, do we have to... 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I have to hold it down the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, come on, bonk bonk. Fine. Okay, and we can't jump that small gap. Alright. Back to the forest to find the journal then, I think. Okay, so... we should also have a think about the orientation of this map that we took a picture of whilst we're here. So what have we got? So this is the exit. So we've got 2 rivers which are coming into this. So we've got 1 river going that way and 1 river going up that way. And we've got 2 paths. So... if I take the right-hand path... So it sort of looks like we've got 3 rivers going down there. So he said it was near where 2 rivers cross. Okay, that's got to be a pretty good contender, right? So, stone pillars. We'll try like 2 nodes distant from it at most, I would say. So I don't see any stone pillars like on this actual node here. This is not the way I came from. I think the hand just moved, didn't it? Hang on, is that taking me back down the path? Yeah, that's going back down the path. Oh, the plants are like dropping little bits of fire. Ha. Find my journal. It's all explained in my journal. Oh, here we are.
Let's work together, he said. Let's figure out how to get rid of Father before he sees what we've done to his precious books. Sure. I'll work with you again, little brother, but I'll trust you about as far as I can throw you.
I don't know, Achenar's the strong one. He could probably throw him pretty far. Here we go.
It's been a while since I had this much fun working with my sick little brother. Usually we're at each other's throats by now, but this time must be the thrill we both get picturing Father strapped into the chair, begging us not to do what he knows we're going to. Don't think anything I've done to a prisoner yet will compare with that moment. Have to build a chair first, though, which means getting inside Serenia's abandoned memory chamber.
Wait a minute. Hang on. This journal is from 20 years ago. So this is a plan to kill Achenar from before they got trapped.
Can't exactly ask for a front door key, even if Cirrus did tell the Protectors we want to study their rituals. He'd just better get back from mechanical age with those breeding kids soon. Otherwise, this whole plan is going nowhere. What a hideously exhausting day. Spent so many hours working underwater, I think my skin's turned permanently blue. But at least we're finally inside.
Right, they made a little tunnel.
Cirrus wants to put a lock on our new back door. Using one of his infamous marble color codes, I'm sure. But that's his deal. I've still got to figure out what to do about the fumes. Maybe if I... First night, we won't have to use the breeding kits. Of course, I'll wait for Cirrus to take his off first, just to be sure. Then start hauling in materials. Never seen little brother this keyed up before. But like I told him last night, getting the chair up and running is gonna take time. In theory, all it has to do is to stimulate the old fungus into doing what it wants to do naturally. Remove a person's memories. But in order for our entire plan to work, we have to keep Father's body alive before, during, and after the process so one of us can use it later. I'm not even sure the fungus will be able to remove memories from a living body, no matter how much persuasion it gets. Decided to let Cirrus work on getting the chair operational while I started installing the life tanks. Still think this aspect of the plan is iffy, but then I don't intend to be the one who tests them.
Okay, so the reason Cirrus and Achenar aren't just going to try and kill Achenar straight up is because Achenar knows a huge amount about the art and about his ages and so on. So they're trying to kill Achenar in such a way that his memories get trapped in some kind of memory sphere, I guess.
Cirrus is a genius. Not sure how he did it, but judging from the results of his first test today, looks like he did. Almost felt sorry for the mouse. Okay already. Just how many of these tests does he want to complete before we actually do something? Doesn't he realize that the longer we wait, the more likely it is some protector will catch on that something's wrong? One whole part of what we're doing takes place inside their dream world. They're going to see it eventually. Let's stop wasting time here and instead concentrate on setting up the bait we need to lure Father into... Cirrus is a genius.
The protector will catch on something's wrong. The whole part takes inside their dream world. Okay.
Let's send Mother to Riven already. Getting real nervous now. The only thing that keeps me from panicking completely is this. I know Serenia's weakness. The life stone. They'll be lost without their life stone. Sure, it'll take a few days, but if I steal it out of the root chamber, the fungus will eventually lose its ability to remove memories. And if that happens, Serenia's civilization will be thrown into total chaos. Might be fun to see it happen. But it also means our plan against Father will be ruined. So I'll do it, but only if it becomes necessary to cut and run.
I'm a bit sketchy on the details of this plan. The only thing that keeps me from panicking...
Let's send Mother to Riven already.
I know Serenia's weakness, the life stone.
The only thing that keeps me from panicking completely is this. Horrible fight with Cirrus today. All I did was mention taking the stone and he was all over me. Accused me of letting my insatiable desire for instant gratification screw up yet another one of his plans. Then he tried to lay the whole Narayan Civil War debacle on me. Almost belted him right then and there. But the fight did show me one thing. My little brother really is a backstabbing weasel. These tests he keeps doing, there's only one conclusion they're heading to. Screw you, little brother. There's absolutely no way I'm gonna sit in that chair for you. I am out of here.
Like, literally, yeah, why would you, right? Okay. So we've got a secret tunnel in the bottom of the flower, I guess. Artavelli in the chat! Hello, hello! Good to see you. Okay, so we've got hidden tunnel, which might be in the base of the flower. Serenia's weakness, the life stone. They'll be lost without their life stone. Why does he want to steal it out of the root chamber? And that's the styrofoam rock we saw Achenar wandering off with. Which is why he says that he's only borrowing it. So presumably... Well, okay, maybe this is like a trap book thing. So presumably... the fungus loses its ability to remove memories. So I guess the chair won't work if that's gone? Okay. You finally caught the stream live again. The time change has messed me up for the past few weeks, and clearly you're super late to this one too. Yeah, so it's British summertime now. The daylight savings has happened today in the UK, so we're an hour earlier than usual. And I tell you what, I also got a double whammy. So not only did I get an hour less sleep, but my toddler also decided that she wanted a sleepover last night as well. So, yeah, we were having great fun getting tiny fingernails in the arm. The chair won't work. Well, so I'm assuming that there's some kind of chair they've constructed to remove Atris's memories. And I'm guessing that with the styrofoam rock gone, the chair can't function because that's Serenia's life stone or whatever. That was sort of my takeaway from that book. So, okay. Well, we've read Achenar's journal. He says everything is explained in there, which is a very bold statement that I don't fully agree with.
You're searching for Yisha. I fear she may be in trouble, but we have not seen her since we gave her the necklace 2 weeks ago.
Let's just have a quick reminder as to what was said
I will
here.
gather my sisters to help find her. In the meantime, you should consult the memory chamber. She always knows more about what's going on in this land than we do. Follow the ceremonial alley to her doors and see what insight she has to provide.
Maybe we need to go back into the flower. Okay. Canada and the UK both do daylight savings, not starting at the same time. Quite right. It is all over the place, all over the world. It's different weekends everywhere. And, of course, for our Southern Hemisphere friends, their daylight saving obviously works the other way around because they're going into winter. So there's this horrible sort of 2-week period where the time difference between like America, the UK and Australia changes from like 13 hours to 10 to 11 to 9 and like just different, yeah, on different days. Tidra42, first time chatter, welcome to the stream. We have made it to Serenia. Oh hey, look, there's a person in here now. Well, hello. Hello. Yes, so we've made it to Serenia. We've possibly sequence braked a little bit because we've not been to Spire. But if we get thoroughly stuck, we can always go back to Spire in case there are more clues there, right? Particularly, there's already been reference to a marble lock clue for our friend Cyrus. Hello. Bonk bonk. I mean, she did say come back and consult these guys after we woke up, I suppose. You work with Korea for your job. They just don't do daylight saving. Incredibly enlightened. I mean, I'm one of the people who's very much in the camp of let's just scrap it. Let's just scrap it. It's like, particularly if you've got kids, it's hard to describe how much even just moving an hour really messes up with toddlers and babies and their sleep schedule, right? Because like an hour's a long time for a toddler, and so like this morning, well, of course, you know, my toddler didn't want to get up at all because I'm trying to wake her up an hour early. So, and people recommend all sorts of different things, like, oh yeah, you should do it like 15 minutes a day for 4 days and so forth. And it's like, or Or why don't we just not do it? So there may or may not be a hidden hatch in the bottom of this somewhere. He said not to let Atreus come here at all. Think we'll need to tell Atreus he shouldn't come back anytime soon? Atreus ain't coming back anytime soon anyway. I wouldn't worry about Atreus. Nice try the name. Yeah, I've been watching on YouTube. I'm only an hour behind because I only just got a notification. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, yes, of course, Spiper, we could go back to Tamana and try and repair, like, the, you know, try and repair the antenna and blah, 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 and then chat to Atreus again. That is an option, but, like, I don't think that's the direction the game is pointing us towards. Okay. No, we've not been to Spire. We've not been to Spire. And as I say, if we do get terribly stuck here, we can obviously always go back to Spire. But we know that Cirrus and Achenar are both here. Oof, -7 GMT. Well, thank you very much for making the effort to be online at 3 in the morning. Wow. Yeah, the time zone doesn't work super well. Although, I think we'll also do another episode of this tomorrow night as well. So that'll be at a slightly more sensible time of the day. Although if you're -7, you might literally be at work. So it might not actually even be any better. Because the Monday streams tend to be around about 7 PM. Yeah, no, it's not a terribly useful schedule for people who are over across the Atlantic, of course. But it's all up on YouTube, you know. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Tadra. Thank you very much. That's very appreciated. Bonk, bonk. We have another first-time chatter, Blaze Inferni. I hope they scrap daylight savings. Apparently, they've done so in Arizona and Hawaii. I'm from the States, by the way. Yeah, I get the impression that, yes, Arizona does not do daylight savings. I didn't know that about Hawaii. Although, yeah, given that Hawaii is quite from a historical standpoint at least anyway, quite a recent addition to the United States, I could see that there's a very, not very much of a historical imperative to have it. It's also very equatorial as well, so why would you have it if it's not very seasoned? We've not been this way yet. I got your name right the second time. Excellent. So, down or across? Let's go down first. There's a place out in West Canada that doesn't either. See, now, a lot of people will agree that we should get rid of daylight savings time. What people agree on less is which time zone they should therefore be in all year round. Because in the UK, I'm more of a morning person than an evening person. I quite like Greenwich Mean Time. I like the fact that halfway through the year you have the sun rising at about 6 AM and it sets about 6 PM. And so now this again is probably because I have a small child, right? And children kind of wake up and go to sleep with the sun anyway. So it's like, if I've got to wake up my child in time to get them out to nursery before I start work anyway. So it's like, if they're sort of inclined to wake up at 6 o'clock and go to bed at around 6 o'clock, that's kind of convenient. But if they're wanting to stay up an hour later but don't want to wake up for an extra hour in the morning, that's actually a lot less convenient. So yeah, I don't know. See, so I would probably vote for Greenwich Mean Time if we were picking one. But most people, I think, would prefer to be on a summertime schedule where you have the sun setting an hour later and it rising an hour later. But it really depends on whether you're more of a morning person or an evening person, to be fair.
Remember, Achenar, we have to be discreet about this. The protectors rarely come this way anymore, but if anyone sees us bringing materials inside...
Give me some credit. I was already planning on working at night.
Hmm.
After the protectors have gone home.
Oh, of course, because none of them live here. There we go. That's a bit of joined up thinking from the brothers there. Oh, there's a path there. Right, okay. What? We can't get in? That surprises me, because that is clearly a door. Fine. Oh, we've got controls. Hey, it's a different tiny submarine. Brilliant. Have I physically met the two brothers? Well, yes. Yeah, so we've met Achenar at a broken rope bridge, and he told us to go find his journal, which we've done. And we saw Cirrus briefly. There we go, that opens the pod, does it? Or is that closing the pod? No, that opens the pod. Lovely. Yeah, and we've seen Cirrus briefly destroying the other pod. So, do we want a tiny submarine first, or do we want to check out the rest of the path first? Let's check out the rest of the path first. Door stuck. Well, yeah, but I don't even get like a bonk bonk. Wow, that's a giant face. Oh, this is where we saw Achenar. What are we looking at here? Oh, is that a path? Is that what that's trying to show us? Maybe. I love the background music in this game as well. What I do not like about the background... Oh, we can go that way. Hey. I love the background music in this game as well. I mean, Jack Wall, brilliant composer. What I do not like about this music is the fact that it keeps getting flagged by the YouTube copyright system. I really don't like it. Okay, so we've got some little eggs. Aha! That's where that's supposed to sit. Right, and we saw Achenar nabbing it and running off. Okay. And we've got a ladder upwards. Oh! This is their secret tunnel, is it? That's what the thing was opening and closing. We just couldn't see the entrance before. So yeah, okay, cool. Shortcut unlocked. Where does this bring us out? Aha, right. It was over there. Right, so we were pulling that, but we weren't sure what that was opening. It was opening this. Okay, back to the submarine. Jack Wall sure likes background music, where the lyrics are just the name of the age, repeated over and over again. That's first time chat from Zuckany. Great to have you. Welcome to the stream. That actually influenced the order in which I did the ages for Exile. That's interesting. Wait a minute. So you can pull this up. But what's that going to do? That must be important somehow, right? Because you can only pull that up and get back round to the other side if you've opened up the shortcut. So that's definitely something to check out. Because you obviously can't pull that up from the other side. And as we know, doors behind other doors. That's the name of the game. Oh man, you ended on voltaic. It only applies to Amateria, Serenia, and kinda sorta Narayan, but it happens often enough. Okay, let's see if this submarine can take us somewhere interesting. Yeah, the contrast on my screen's a little bit dark, but... what do we got here? Come on, something's got to activate, right? Or does someone have to launch me from the outside? Well, that definitely closes that door. So that's not terribly helpful for And that's not a path that way, even though it kind of looks like one. And that is just going to bring it down, right? Okay. So if I close the door whilst it's down there and then bring it back up, it's going to be full of water, presumably. Ah. Yeah. Okay, go. So is this going to do anything for me? Yeah! Like, it didn't do much, but... Still, it's a nice touch. Maybe I need to close the hatch somehow. Come on, where's the hatch close button? Close the hatch first, then we can move. If the boys were here 20 years ago, then the Serenia descriptive book must have been hidden somewhere on the island during Myst I. Yeah, I guess so. There we go. Bonk. Man. Right. Now. Go. Submarine. Huh. Oh, no. That just brings it back up. So we're closed now. And it's not like there's a clue written on the back of the door or anything, so... Okay. So, that one's a little bit of a mystery. Maybe we need to do something with the water before we can ride the submarine. I'm not sure. Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe we need to ask one of the helpful sisters to... Well, we know the submarine can go down into the water because it comes up full of water. So that's not even... So fiddling around with the water I don't think is going to be something that helps us there. So maybe one of the sisters can helpfully sort of sort it out for us. Huh. Okay. Let's go and check out what is on the opposite side of this drawbridge that we lowered then. Because I feel like that's got to be something as well. So we lowered a drawbridge right here. Now with the power of zip mode, we should be able to get to... somewhere. Don't even know. This one. Yeah, this'll do. So we're trying to go basically as far right as possible. There's a bridge there. Have we been that way? Do you know what? I don't think we've been up that way either. But let's check out the back of this drawbridge first. Because what's the point of the drawbridge? What's the point of bringing the drawbridge up if it's not anything? Because it's not like that was stopping the water flowing before. It's not obviously anything. So, okay. You can just pull it up and shortcut back round to the other way just for the sake of your own health, I guess. Maybe it's useful later. Maybe we're going to be... Oh, do you know what, right? Did anyone check out my playthrough of Obsidian? Right? Obsidian was brilliant. And there was like a couple of puzzles right at the end of Obsidian where you have to chase someone on a grid, but like you basically have to remove puzzle pieces so that they're not able to use certain paths on the grid. So maybe that's part of this. We're going to set up a few paths to be inaccessible so that as we chase Cirrus around, he's going to end up in a dead end. Maybe that's the answer there. Hang on, wait, no, this is the way I came. I'm getting myself turned around. So I don't think we've been this way. But is this just going to loop back round to everything else? It looks very much like it's going to. Yeah, so that's where we started. That's where we chased Achenar, I think. Yeah. Okay, fine. It's a miracle we didn't accidentally trap ourselves on Spire or Haven post-retcon. Yeah, maybe. The lore gets murky here because of the retcon to prison books. We get, yeah. Well, it's debatable, of course, how much of a retcon it's been. It could, of course, be... There's been a lot of discussion in the YouTube comment section and on the Discord, and on the stream, about you could say that we're learning more about how prison books work, but that they're not necessarily being retconned. Okay. There's a lot of very obtuse stuff in this age that is not clear at all. So we've got a lot of water wheels and things. We've got a submarine that we don't think we can activate. We've got a lot of these water wheels which can divert the flow of water, but it's really unclear what diverting the flow of water is actually going to do. We've got this map over here, which is like a map of the waterways. And... yeah. So there's definitely a strong aspect of... and of course we've got the spirits as well. So we've got the flame spirit, the wind spirit, and we've got the water spirit, and those of course link up with the three ladies who are... No, they've gone. No, here they are. The three ladies who are sort of vibing in here. So I think there's something that needs doing. We've got 2 posts either side of these two, which sort of tells me that we've got 2 posts either side of those two, which sort of tells me that there's maybe 2 water spirits, 2 fire spirits, and 2 wind spirits. Like, with my sort of metagaming hat on, I'm kind of thinking, do you need to do something like chart a path through that forest where you meet both fire spirits but don't meet any of the others, and make it back here after you've seen both fire spirits? Something like that. Part of me feels like we are at the point where we want to draw a map of this area. So I think maybe we go ahead and start doing that in the last 10-15 minutes of the stream. Zucchini says, I like to imagine that post-retcon the Stranger was communicating with Cirrus and Achenar through crystal imager shenanigans like we do with Atris in Revelation. That way the Stranger would never have had access to any actual Haven Spire books until doing whatever they had to do with Cirrus and Achenar in Myst. Oh, I don't follow that, to be honest. But Taedra likes to think that way too, but Achenar talks about it being pretty new to hear an age. Oh, I see. So actually, rather than the prison book being a way of communicating with someone, you're actually doing some kind of crystal imager shenanigans in the prison book. So yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, that works. Because interestingly, even in Riven, when Gen opens up the book that you are trapped in, he can't see you, of course, right? Presumably, because for him, it just looks like a linking book still. So yeah, arguably the communication into a prison book was already changed a little bit, even by Riven time. How am I liking Serenia so far? I like it. It's a vibe. I really like the ages which are warm and comfy and cozy, you know? Yeah, like I really liked Amateria. I'm digging this one. I like Tamana. Obviously Myst is the OG, right? And Myst is the OG Cozy Age. Okay, so let's say that we have the crossroads here and the temple. And we're going to start drawing a map out. So we've got now. Do we draw for every node? We could draw for every node. Shall we draw a thing for each node? So we've got a node there, and then we're going to have a path split. 1, 2. So let's take the right-hand path. Okay, and that's going to be fire is at the right-hand path here. But there's no split. I do believe that's where you can see a fire spirit. Probably. Yeah, probably. So then going back this way, we still do not have a path split. But then we are going to have a path split. So we have a node here. And then here we've got a next node. And then we have a split. This way and this way. The fact that every time we click back into the game window it moves us is actually going to make this take a little bit of time. So, we have a path there. We'll take the right-hand path still for now. But what we have is we have a sluice and a device and the water spirit. So that's fine. We've got... So we've got a water spirit plus sluice machine. Okay. Now let's continue this way. Maybe what I need to do is remember to right-click into the game window, because if I right-click into the game window, it doesn't move us straight away. Okay, so then we've got one node, two nodes, three nodes will take us to the wind spirit. But there's no alternate paths by this point. We're going to start doing this straight. So 1, 2, 3. So 1 node, 2 nodes, 3 nodes. That's wind. And then when we click forward from there... Now, I believe we came that way, yeah? So this is going to be... rocks. So... we clicked one node. We're going to make that a big... we're going to make that a big node jump, yeah? Because from here, you've got this path up here, which is, I think, just going to take you back to the start. And you've got, like, bridge, which takes you down this way, and you have another path, which takes you this direction here. So we're not going to worry about charting that just yet. I want to validate that going up this way takes us back to the start, and takes us back to... Oh no, there is still an alternate path. Right, going up there does indeed take us to another node. Which has branches like this. Okay, and this takes us to another machine and another water spirit. To be fair, I don't really mind drawing maps in these kind of games, you know? Like, it's quite alright. Yeah, and as I thought, this is now the final branch. This is taking us back to the start. So this is fine. So we don't really need to track the rest of these. It's the start. Eventually. Right. So, you do believe that for Riven, Achenar said that the trap book meant for Gen had been written slightly differently from the ones on Myst so that it would always look like a clear path to Danae. Fair enough. It would have been interesting to talk to Gen after trapping him. Myst IV's narrative is sadly inconsistent where the retcon is concerned. Achenar mentions in the intro that he still burned the books and that everyone believes his sons died in the process. I mean, that's not necessarily a retcon, because yes, he could have still burnt the books, but yes, he could have still burnt the books, but he just didn't tell anyone that they didn't die. You thought he just burnt the linking books rather than the descriptive books. But even if you burn the descriptive book, that just severs the link to the age. It doesn't destroy the age itself. Tadra says, I imagine it being like Savidro's speech. Oh, does Savidro give a speech which is inconsistent with what we now understand the lore to be? You never thought his sons died when he burnt those trap books personally. Even as a kid, I understand he was just trapping them without a way out. Ah, see, I thought just in a rage, he just went in, burnt those books, you know. Right, let's go and take... we'll keep curving to the left. Incidentally, we're not going to have time to finish this map today, just to kind of set the expectations on the stream. Unfortunately, well, as ever, I have a strict finishing time today. I am going out for an Easter lunch with the family. It's going to be very nice. We're going for a cheeky Nando's. Does Nando's exist in elsewhere in the world? Like, because Nando's, if you're in the UK, Nando's is like a national staple. Well, I mean, it's a Portuguese restaurant, I believe, so calling it a national staple is maybe a bit much, but Nando's is one of those things that everyone loves, almost universally. So we're going to go, we got this way and we got this way, and we have here, and this is the river crossing. You never heard of Nando's, but that doesn't necessarily mean much. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we're going to, again, continue curving to the left. Right, so we've got one node. We've got two nodes. And the third node gives us a fire spirit. And then this node brings us back to here. So, to be fair, the exact number of nodes, not terribly important. But what is important is that we have, what was it? One node, two node, let's just say that many nodes. And then there's a fire spirit in here. Yeah, but there's no branching paths from that one. So that's just a nice little loop that way. If they weren't descriptive books and trap books didn't exist, there'd be no reason for anyone to think burning the books would kill them, yet they apparently do. Good point. Whoever thought that must not be familiar with how the art works. If they weren't descriptive books and trap books didn't exist, then they would have to be linking books. And there'd be no reason for anyone to think burning the linking book would kill them. Yes. I think I agree with that one. I think Atreus' words are actually addressing the fact that 99% of gamers assume he killed his sons when they see those scorch marks. Atreus breaks the fourth wall. See, now, my headcanon, and this is definitely not what's intended by the developers, I just think it's really hilarious, is we know that because the tree of existence has infinite possibilities, we know that there are infinite numbers of Cirrus and Achenar out there in the universe. So I have a feeling that Atreus murdered his sons in a blind rage, and then went and wrote some descriptive books to go and pick up alternate universe versions of his sons to bring them back here because Catherine got a little bit upset with him. That's what I think, and that's why Cirrus and Achenar don't remember being inside the trap books at all. We know it was an actual note he wrote to the stranger as well. Right, so we're back at the river crossing. So, from the river cross, we go this direction, and we have two directions we can go. So immediately, we're going to go back here, and we're going to put two nodes in this way and this way. And my friends, that is where we're going to leave our map for this week. So next time out, which is actually going to be tomorrow night, we will finish this map and see how the topology of this map kind of works, right? Like, can you plot a path that goes from one spirit to another without going past your other spirits? Is that part of the puzzle to being able to get those sisters to wake up? Maybe. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I feel like drawing this map is going to help us. So, thank you very much for coming along to today's stream. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. It's been an absolute pleasure to have all of the new first-time chatters joining us as well. Thank you very much for coming along and engaging in the chat. We have a new follower, Blaze Inferni. Thank you very much for the follow. And yeah, so let's go and quickly see who we're going to go and raid. This episode is going to be up on YouTube, of course, and to that end, let me do a quick outro for those of you on YouTube watching this in the future. If you are watching this on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for coming along and watching this episode of Myst IV Revelation. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Consider hitting that subscribe button. We do all sorts of other puzzle games. We've just started a playthrough. Well, actually, it's not up yet, but we're about to start a playthrough of Haven Moon, which is a nice Myst-like, and we do other puzzle games on this channel as well. Thank you very much. Have a great week, YouTube. Bye for now. Okay, for those of us who are on...